Hello SLAPAFISH community and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing another tank review. I know it's been a while since I've done like a regular video. It was like Friday. But anyway, I'm going to be reviewing the Chisel, the tier 10 Mercenary medium tank that was just released about a couple of weeks ago. And it's the very last Mercenary tank to be added into the game. That's what Wargaming has said. So, in this tank review, I'm going to be doing a little bit different. So, in the way I have everything set up is, it's like, okay, if you know of a channel called Mave, he's also my YouTube partner. Go check him out. Link in the description below. But the way I'm comparing like each tank and stuff like that, I've got the idea from him, but added my own twist. So, if you like this, let me know in the comments below, and also go check him out. But anyway, let's jump right into it. Alright, before you can even think about getting the Chisel, you're going to have to work for it. So, you got to finish stage 1 through 6, 1 through 5, before you can even buy this contract out. So, first stage, you got to earn 3,600 XP and win a battle. Second stage, 6,000 or more XP in any number of battles, place in the top 3 XP earners, and win 2 battles in a row. Not too bad. Stage 3, detect 1 or more vehicles. While destroying 1 or more vehicles in 3 battles, destroy 10 or more vehicles, earn 14,400 more XP. Stage 4, assist with spotting damage totaling at least 4,700 in any number of battles. Destroy 3 or more light tanks or medium tanks in any number of battles. Earn 33,600 XP. So, stage 1, 2, you can use 5 to 10, mediums and heavies, mercenaries, British, and American. So this thing is only British, American, mercenary, mediums, and heavies. Stage 1 and 2, you can use 5 through 10. Stage 3 and 4, you can use 6 through 10. And stage 5. Stage 5 is where most people have difficulty. So stage 5, you gotta earn a high caliber medal in 2 battles. And here's the one I got struggled on. Assist with spotting damage totaling at least 1 times your maximum health in any number of battles. 8 times. I know that doesn't say that here, but it's 8 times, which sucks. And earn 76,800 or more XP in any number of battles, and you can use tier 8 to 10. If you're wondering where I got this information, I got it from the forums, and Railbot posted it in the forums, so I forgot to take screenshots of the contract before I finished it. Alright, stage 6, you gotta earn 178,800 or more XP in a battle, earn a duelist medal in 4 battles. So, in stage 6, you can also skip at 4,975 gold. Not too bad. Stage 7, destroy 280 more vehicles in any number of battle, assist with a spotting damage totaling at least 58,500 in any number of battles, earn 418,800 XP in any number of battles. Remember, you can only do this in mediums and heavy tanks until stage 7 and 8, when you finally get to use light tanks. Stage 7 is skippable for 11,655 gold. Now stage 8, you get 800. You gotta do 880,800 XP in any number of battles, and it costs 27,300 gold to skip it. So, remember, I got this information from the forums, and Railbot posted it. Alright, so, now we start talking about stats of the tank. So, now I'm comparing the 2 engines between the Chisel and the Centurion Action 10. The horsepower is the same. Power to weight ratio is better on the Chisel. The Chisel's on the left, Centurion Action 10's on the right. Chisel's faster at 57 kilometers than the 53. Both fire chances and max speed is 57. And that's it. Not much to compare about the engine. Okay, before I get into anything else, the Chisel is made out of 3 tanks: the Chieftain, gun, the M48 Patton's turret, and the Centurion Action 10's hull. So I'm comparing the Chisel to the Centurion Action 10, so don't need to do individual stats between that. And now, since we got to the gun, the Chisel and the Chieftain's gun is different, but when you get to the M48 Patton's turret and the Chisel's turret, they are the same thing. So, not comparing those 2 things. So, out of the 3 guns, the Chisel has the slowest reload, has the worst aim time, and they all have the same accuracy at .32. Accuracy on the move, Chisel has the worst, and accuracy while turning the turret is about mid-range. The Centurion Action 10 is the only one that beats it. And they all have 20 degrees elevation and 10 degrees depression. And also, the Centurion Action 10 has a 105, and the Chisel and the Chieftain have a 120mm, so they're going to be doing more damage. It can overmatch more stuff than the Centurion Action 10. So standard shell damage for both of the Chieftain and the Chisel is 438, and the Centurion Action 10 with the smaller gun is lagging behind at 420. And the Chieftain, Centurion Action 10 has the worst penetration, average penetration. Like I said, Chisel has the longest reload. Alright, moving on to the tracks. It's the Chisel versus the Centurion Action 10. The rotation speed of both tanks are the same, and the terrain resistance is worse on the Chisel, but better on the Centurion Action 10. Alright, so now we get to the turret. So I added the concealment and the spotting to this comparison, because I needed to add it somewhere, and it best was placed into the turret. And I was trying to add the radio, but I kind of ran out of room. So, but since this has the M48 Patton with this superior spotting that the Patton has, of course the view range is going to be better, but the rotation speed is worse than the Centurion's Action 10. And also these numbers, the concealment and the spotting, are going to be different because I actually own the Chisel and have it equipped with equipment, crews, and stuff like that. But the other numbers, like the stationary at .22, are going to be stock because they don't change. Alright, so the Chisel actually has better concealment than the Centurion Action 10. Has the better concealment, better spotting, but the Centurion Action 10 has the better signal range and the rotation speed for its turret. Okay, just like last time, this is the radios being compared. The Centurion Action 10 has the better radio. Okay, now we start comparing the ammo. As you can see, the Chisel actually fires APCR for both standard and premium rounds, and the Centurion Action 10 fires APCR for standard and heat for its premium. Now, this is where the Chisel runs superior to the Centurion Action 10. Look, both tanks have HESH rounds as their high explosive rounds, but the HESH rounds on the Chisel is amazing. The Chisel has 140 penetration on its HESH rounds, and the Centurion Action 10 is falling behind at 105 millimeters penetration. With the 140 millimeters of penetration that the HESH rounds on the Chisel do, that's some serious damage, and it's amazing. But the HESH rounds on the Centurion Action 10 fires almost double the speed, like with all the rounds except with the premium rounds on the Centurion Action 10. Alright, now we start comparing the armor. As you can see, the M48 Patton's turret is actually showing a whole bunch more red, but the angling on the Centurion Action 10 is pretty good. So, what you really want to worry about the Chisel is the giant cupola on top. It's not really a giant one, but it's still pretty weak, and people can still hit it. But you also do have space armor around your tank, so that will absorb HESH rounds, heat rounds, and some AP rounds. Because if they're not a high enough caliber, they won't go through your armor. There ain't really much to compare the armor wise, except for that space armor, because the Centurion Action 10 and the Chisel have the same hull. Okay, so now we get to go of how I set the tank up. So I put 6 cents, Mentor, and Brothers in Arms, but training repairs. Also during this replay, I only had Mentor and Brothers in Arms, since this was like my fourth battle in this tank. Alright, now we end up on ammunition and supplies. As you can see, I put every large thing on for the Chisel, because it's a tier 10, I like to set my tier 10s up like that. Since it has really good penetration, I took 30 APCR rounds for its standard, 10 premium, and during the replay, I only have like 10 or 12 HESH rounds. I bumped that up as soon as I got out of that battle, so we're up to 19 HESH rounds, because 140 millimeters of penetration on your HESH rounds is amazing. Doing like 550 damage, and you have a reload, your DPM just goes skyrocketing. Alright, so the equipment I have on it right now is a gun rammer, vertical stabilizers, and crew vents. But during this replay, I have a gun rammer, gunling drive, and crew vents. I seen a whole bunch of comments like, oh, why'd you put gunling drive on a medium tank? And I was like, you know what, let me try out this thing. So I really don't see the difference, but I'm gonna keep the vertical stabilizers on it. I don't know why, just going to. Alright, so we ended up on Arctic region, encounter battle. So I'm also platooned up with gun, but yeah, I'm going to go straight left because I want to go flanking and try to use my turn armor, because I'm trying to test out the tank and see what this tank can actually do. Oh, it's 15 rounds of patch. But I can tell you right now, between the 907 and the Chisel, which one do I like better? The Chisel all the way. The Chisel's like amazing. I think it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm also gonna show y'all a secret path y'all can use during like Arctic region. But you gotta be careful, because it could be the death of you if you don't do it right. You'll see it right about... No? Not here. Okay. But anyway, Chisel. You have good gun depression. You have 10 degrees of gun depression. But your 10 degrees of gun depression... Like when you come over a hump like that, or try to use your gun depression, your giant hole will get you shot in your hole. But try to use that... Try to hide your hole as much as possible, because you may have space armor, but it's not really going to protect you. It will protect you sometimes, but and other times it will not. And yeah, right now I'm doing face on. Right now I'm in the front lines and just trying to fight these things out. And let's see if I actually go. I was like, you know what? No. We need to push this flank. I'm really skeptical of this, because one wrong move will break this ice. One wrong move will break this ice. So you gotta be super careful about this. But if it doesn't break on you, you can actually get behind the enemy very, very far, which is really nice. And like this E5, don't even know I'm behind him until it's way too late. So I'm able to shut that guy down. And there's a tier 8 heavy tank. Just gonna butter his armor. You can just see how fast his reload is. With the Chieftain's gun, it's actually pretty... Even though this has a worse Chieftain's gun, it still has a good reload. I got it down to a 7.59, and all I got on it is a gun rammer, Brothers in Arms, and crew vents. And you can see it's just tearing apart tanks, unlike that 907. between the Dino 7 and the Chisel, which one you should get? This tank by far. If you wanted to get one of them. But anyway, there's a 48 pattern, and now I'm switching to hash. You gotta know when to use your hash rounds. You got 140 millimeters of penetration, but you also gotta watch out for when you're gonna use it. You gotta watch out for track and space armor. And I know American tanks have really their back of the tanks are very, very weak. Like you see right there, I did like 500 damage to them, but I do able to miss it. The Object 416 just ricocheted off me. Well, space armor just absorbed it. 526 to Object 416 for a hash round. Hash rounds are amazing on this tank, especially if you know how to use them. And if they work correctly and you hit the right spot, they can be amazing. You do like 500 damage every 7 seconds, which is absolutely amazing. If you get lucky, you can do like 600 damage per shot. But this is when +1 -1 matchmaking wasn't into effect yet, so I'm still running it to tier 8. That's a 513 damage. And you'll see the armor won't be able to hold up. We are already up to 5 kills and 5,000 damage and 1,635 assisted. Really have been trying to spot this game, but I'm just getting spot assist and spotting tanks out by accident. I only did 95 damage at Super Conqueror because I hit his little space armor. I'm trying to hit the back of his tank. Also, hash rounds cannot go through like obstacles. And look at this. Hash round 606 damage. This is a nice hash round. 2 hash rounds left, and I'm going to switch back to APCR. So this is a medium tank, unlike the other one, that you can get up and do 1 versus 1 and win. And you can also be in the front lines by using your turret armor. But remember, you can't like sit still with your turret because you have a weak point. You got your cupola, so you want to keep moving back and forth when you're in the front lines. Also, it's a really nice flanker, as you've seen in this battle. And this was only my 4th battle in this tank. And as you can see, I loved it. It's amazing. This tank's amazing. We made 120,000 silver because there was a up on. And we did 6,567 damage and 2,051 blocked, assisted, and 1,120 blocked. And an Ace Mastery badge and first on its leaderboard. Alright guys, if you like this new way I did tank review, please let me know in the comment section below. And also, there will be a poll in the top right hand of your screen. Please let me know, because if you like it, I will continue it, because it was actually pretty good. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. See ya.